crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning. Good morning. Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga. Chaga coffee. Let's talk cryptos. There's always a lot to talk about. Let's talk cryptos. Have we bottomed? Have we not bottomed? I think we have bottomed for the most part in cryptos. I think we're going to see one more run up before a big moonshot blow off top, then a slam, 90% slam, couple years of meandering around before the next run happens. Now, when does that all happen? Who the hell knows? Hodlers win. Hello? Hodlers win. That has been proven in cryptos for a very long time, since cryptos first started. Yes, I love it when people say, oh, you're lucky you got in when cryptos, in the beginning when cryptos were low. Are you kidding me? Do you know how difficult it was to hodl through all that chaos? I mean, we used to think cryptos would go away and you'd lose everything. It'd go to zero. Nobody thinks that anymore. The reality is it's not about being lucky and getting in early. It's not about getting in early. It's about hodling. It's about having patience. It's about putting away a certain amount of money as an investment today and not looking at it until 2025, 2030. And when do you plan to retire? Stick that date in your head. You know, if you're as old as I am, theoretically. I mean, I'm 8 years away from 65. Can you imagine just how big cryptos are going to be in 8 years? Massive. That's all to do with hodling. And yes, it will still go up thousands of percent and crash down 90%. As long as the exchanges are there rigging the price of cryptos, of course it will. So it's not the luck of getting in early. It's having the patience and the intestinal fortitude of holding, of riding out. China saying, oh, we're going to shut down cryptos. The U.S. government, we're going to shut down cryptos. Drug dealers and money launderers only use it. Blah, 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 blah. Bite me. So yes, it's just patience. It's picking the right cryptos, obviously, and then having patience. Let this thing play out. Let the drama. If you think about how long you've been in cryptos and how many dramas have happened. Oh, your friends think you're the most brilliant guy ever because it ran up, and then you're the asshole because they got in at the highs. They have to learn the lesson too. You got to go through 2 or 3 of the big crashes to really strengthen your will. Anyway, cryptos are here to stay. That's all you need to remember. And hodling is about patience. It's not about getting in at the right time and getting out. Yes, everybody wishes they bought at the lows and sold at the highs. For the last 5 crashes I've been through, that's exactly what I wish I had done. But I also know one thing. Hodlers win. Pick the right cryptos. You have patience. Hodlers win. Anyway, that's where we are. So I do think we're going to have a really big run-up. This is going to be a really good run-up between now and probably the fall. It's what I'm sensing and hearing. And remember, it's all rigged. What, Bix? What do you mean it's rigged? Why would I invest in something that's rigged? Because it's rigged lower as well as higher. You want to invest when it's low, but it could go on for decades. Look at silver, 150 years of price manipulation. 170 years now, actually, since the Opium Wars. Will it end? Yeah, of course it'll end one day. I think one day soon with silver because of various topics I'll talk about in one second. But with cryptos, well, here's the latest. The largest exchange in the world is Binance, by far. It's also the most criminal. World's largest crypto exchange limits withdrawals for new users to just 0.06 Bitcoin. Ooh, that's tough. But they are giving, now this is for all you Roadrunner members that are using it. You're not allowed to use it in the US, so people figure out ways around that, using a VPN, stuff like that. I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you this, but get all your cryptos out of the exchanges. Now, right now for Binance, they still allow for current users in there you can withdraw up to 2 Bitcoin worth of cryptos out per day, I believe it is. Yeah, daily withdrawal of 0.2. But that's going to 0.06 on. The adjustment for existing users will be made effective in phases beginning on midnight August 4th. If you have more than 2 Bitcoin worth of cryptos in Binance, you better get the hell out of there. And that's not just Binance. Remember, Binance fuels a lot of these swap, like Simple Swap. Binance is where they get all their coins. Just get out of the exchanges altogether. I mean, you can't hold coins on Simple Swap, which is good. But the reality is, they're probably not going to be able to use the Binance as the source of their cryptos. But then again, if you have full KYC, yeah, that you can withdraw as much as you want. But that's the thing, full KYC, if you're in the US, you're not allowed to use that exchange. So you can't do full KYC unless you really start messing with the law. Just get out. Get out of Binance. Get your cryptos in your own possession. They should have always been in your own possession. And we move forward. Anyway, central banks getting ever closer to the day when, in a desperation attempt to overhaul the failing monetary system, they will issue their own digital currencies, which, despite the name, have absolutely nothing in common with cryptocurrencies and, in fact, seek to eliminate every last trace of user privacy while enabling central banks to remotely program the digital currency as they wish. That's, wow. Zero Hedge nailed that one. I've been screaming that for a long time. The war against actual real cryptocurrencies and the exchanges they trade on is getting more real by the day. One such exchange in the regulator's bullseye is Binance, which, unlike the US-focused Coinbase, which has long ago been institutionalized, is much more of a Wild West with its unbridled focus on other countries, and as a result has long been the world's largest Bitcoin exchange. It's also why every move that Binance makes is closely scrutinized to determine if central banks and regulators are winning the war of attrition against cryptocurrency exchanges. There is a war against cryptocurrency exchanges. There's a war against miners. There's a war to slow down cryptos. There's not a war to end cryptos. Any country that adopts policies that ends cryptos in their country will be destroyed financially in the future. That's including the United States of America. So when you hear your congressman, like, what's his name, Sherrod, and what's her name? Forgot. Anyway, when you hear your Congress people start saying, oh, we got to get rid of cryptocurrencies, they're saying they want to destroy the future of the economic system for the United States of America. That's basically what they're saying, because they're too stupid or too corrupt. Senator Warren also. She hates cryptocurrencies. Well, if you take out cryptocurrencies, you are going to lose financially in the future. Cryptocurrencies are the future. Decentralized currency. Nobody's going to trust politicians in the future. Nobody's going to trust central banking systems in the future. Trust is the key. And they have destroyed trust beyond any shadow of a doubt. Nobody's going to trust the media. Nobody's going to trust social media. Everything is going to be decentralized in the future because they have abused their power. Politicians have abused their power. Central banks have abused their power. Social media companies have abused their power. So everything is going to be required to be decentralized. Anyway, so yeah, get your money out of Binance. You shouldn't have money in any exchange. I'm telling you right now. Coinbase especially. None of them. First of all, none of them have all the cryptos that their customers hold. They're playing a fractional reserve game. Some of the smaller ones, oh my God, are you kidding? So get out of Binance. It looks like by the 4th, unless you want to do full KYC and tell the world what you got. And here's an interesting, right before this was announced, Binance's CZ is looking for his replacement as exchange gets regulatory house in order. CZ's moving, he's leaving, he's out of Binance. That's the leader of Binance. We're looking for someone with a strong regulatory background to step in and be CEO. CZ said, oh my God. They have made so much money. I don't know if it's in the trillions, but I mean, they have so much Theta, for example, Theta Fuel. They control the Theta Fuel market. They control so many cryptocurrencies because they have all the access to everything behind the scenes. It's like the little man behind the curtain as far as crypto trading goes. It's the largest exchange in the world for cryptocurrencies. I wouldn't say completely unregulated, but clearly that is ending. The hammer has come down on Binance. Get out of Binance. Get your cryptos in your own possession like you should have had before. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, is looking for someone with a strong regulatory background to become its new chief executive, replacing its charismatic leader, CZ. There's always a pool of candidates who could succeed me. We are looking for someone with a strong regulatory background to step in and be CEO. Oh my God. Regulators are taking over. They're going to do their best. I think they will fail ultimately as the system fails. They're trying to regulate a criminal industry, banking. The biggest criminals are the central banks and the bullion banks and the big banks of JP Morgan, Citibank. They launder money like you wouldn't believe. They drug run like you wouldn't believe. JB Diamond says he has $5 trillion leaving his Florida money office every single day. For what? For what? It reminds me of silver. Silver futures. Yesterday, almost 500 million ounces of silver. 500 million ounces of electronic silver traded on the COMEX. Why? Why? The insanity of that is insane. Who is trading that much silver and why? Ted Butler says it's not a big deal, the volumes, because they're all wash trades. But why? And if it's to rig the markets, of course that's a big deal. That's where price is determined on every trade, the volume of trades. And they got to pay for every trade, theoretically. So CME wants more volume. Of course they do. So who is making these fake trades? And if you have 500 million ounces, which is half of, way more than half of what's mined every year, trading in 6 hours, 7 hours that the COMEX is open? I think this is 24 hours. Actually, yeah, because it's got Globex in there. Why? Ask your regulator, why is 500 million ounces of silver traded yesterday? Just to get it under $25 from $25.50. Why? Nobody asks why anymore. I do want to call your attention to this letter back in 2014 where the CME Group, that is the self-regulating entity that controls the COMEX, modified their trading incentive program for central banks. What? Bix, you mean the central banks of the world are trading on the COMEX? Absolutely. And they need a discount. According to Christopher Bowen, the managing director and chief regulatory counsel for the CME Group, they had to notify the COMEX that, oh, by the way, central banks get even a bigger discount now. Central banks, look at the discount they were getting. This is back 2014. Where is it? There it is. Metals and futures contracts. $1. They pay $1 to trade a 5,000 ounce contract of silver. And central banks print the money. So that why are they getting a discount? They don't even need a discount. Why are they even trading on COMEX futures and options? The criminality, you know why they're trading? Because you have to control the monetary system. The central banks, the BIS, the World Bank, work through their bullion banks, JP Morgan, Citibank, HSBC, to rig the prices of every commodity. The CFTC is set up to hide their actions. Not to fix anything, to hide, to help them, to assist in the conspiracy, to co-conspire with the bullion banks and the regulators to rig the markets of gold and silver. It's sick. It's wrong. That's why silver's stuck under $25. Please go out and buy as much physical silver as you can. I'm going to call Andy Scheckman today and buy some more silver. If you don't have a local dealer, you can use mine. Andy Scheckman at Miles Franklin. Great guy. He'll get you your silver to your front door. Send him an email. Andy, A-N-D-Y, at milesfranklin.com. milesfranklin.com. And say you're from Road to Ruta. He'll get you the best price out there. Now's the time. I'm going to stop bitching about cheap silver prices because I'm going to go buy it. If I think it's going to go up in the future, it's like cryptos. Where's it going to be when I retire? Where's silver going to be in 8 years? Now it's been 170 years of price suppression. So the moment that breaks, look out above. They've set it twice at $50. 1980, 2011. Think of it. Silver is trading below its all-time highs of 1980. 50% below. And gold is over double. That's how important silver manipulation is. And that's how criminal these people are who facilitate the silver manipulation. The banks, JP Morgan, HSBC, Bank of America now, and Citibank, working for the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, the Federal Reserve Bank of the United States, the U.S. Treasury, the Bank of England, the European Central Bank. They're all in on it together. And the CFTC runs cover for them. That's what's ending. And the moment it does end, look out above. You won't be able to get your hands on any for any price. Who knows what the price of silver should be? Because there's no silver market. There's no silver exchange on the planet right now. The COMEX is futures and options. The LBMA doesn't, it's not even an exchange. It's an association because they can't make it an exchange because it's all fake. They say they trade, 120 billion ounces of silver every year. 120 billion of physical silver. In the history of the world, only 60 billion has ever been mined? And yet, the LBMA, the upstanding metal exchange of the Bank of England, the city of London, oh my God, talk about lies. Lies compounded on top of lies. Speaking of lies, every once in a while I look at this, the front page of CNN. Shocking what they're trying to tell my fellow countrymen. Do not believe anything. And by the way, Ms. Biles, the Olympic athlete who backed out because she has drama in her head, she needs a safe space. You took the spot of someone who really could do it. Add that to your list of things you're pissed about. If you can't handle the heat, what are you doing there? What are you doing there? You knew beforehand it was too much for your psyche. And CNN says, that's fine. There's no problem saying, hey, I can't handle it. Sorry. Just do it before you take someone else's spot. That's my take. And everything else I can't talk about, but don't believe anything CNN says, period. All right, you want to learn more about Road to Ruta, go to roadtoruta.com. You can visit us there. Watch these 2 videos. Secrets of the Fed, Discovering the Road to Ruta. It shows how I found out about all this information, about the gold in the Grand Canyon, the need to hide it. Lots going on with the Grand Canyon in my future. I know where it is, and it's in various different places. It's all throughout the banks. You know you're not allowed to take a pebble out of the Grand Canyon? And the Grand Canyon goes for, I think, 200-something miles, 180 miles from bottom to top. You can't take anything out. Don't you dare. Don't you dare dig into the sand and have that analyzed. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare go in Kincaid's Cave. Don't you dare tell the Native Americans just how much gold they have on their property. Don't you go do it. We'll take care of them. We'll set up these Indian casinos. That'll take care of them. Meanwhile, we'll steal what their ancestors land. Lots going on there that I'm going to fight for. Anyway, that's where we are on the road to Ruta. Don't forget, subscribe to the private road. You get all the backroom action, and you get a silver coin, the coolest coin ever made, the road to Ruta coin. There it is. The cave in the side of the Grand Canyon is right there. That's Kincaid's Cave. Actually, it's a little higher up. It's like right here. Coolest coin ever. Each individually numbered. Double stamped with luster. Comes in a fancy burlap sack. I love the burlap sacks. And it does have a plastic case around it, so it's not scratched by the burlap. I know how you collectors are. Also, if you want the free stuff, just go to roadtoruta.com, and on the left side, there's free public road updates I email almost every day. Sometimes with a lot of information, sometimes just with links to videos. And videos I think you guys need to watch, and there's a ton of great people doing great things right now. So go check it out. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you guys later.
So we were out on the mountain range yesterday prospecting for little gemstones and crystals and whatever else you want to talk about.
Love the crystals, baby.
And Big says, I kind of had this vision, weird thing of almost like an Indian lady spirit, like kind of helping us, guiding us, and was inspired to write a freaking song literally on the mountainside. He's like, I'm going to go over here for a little bit, guys. He's over there writing a song. So I come out here this morning, and I'm hearing him playing. I'm like, holy shit, I got to go grab my camera and film this. Go for it.
Hi, Snippy fans. It's called Secret Treasures, or Secret Treasures Lost in Time. And it's got an Indian chant beforehand. I'm not Indian, so I'll butcher it.
Picture the Indian, like an Indian voice doing it. Oh, it'd be phenomenal.
Mystic fog rolls in, spirit alive within the wind. An ancient woman, an Indian. Is this the body I once lived in? Hear her voice, she calls to me, describes an ancient mystery, a place where ghosts protect treasures lost in time. Seek your soul, so shall ye find secret treasures lost in time. Mysteries of where we came. History has all been changed. To find the opening, you must give up the past. Belief and faith are all that last. Says to me, I now must go. Your journey awaits above, below. You'll find the clues in time, and always trust your mind. Secret treasures lost in time. Secret treasures lost in time. Hey, 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 hey.
Holy crap.
Wow.
There you go.
I think I just filmed the music video.
You got all that on the mountain yesterday?